Welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick for week 5 of the college football season. Last week, we had some more upsets. I cannot believe all the upsets we've had so far this season, and we're only in week 5. Oklahoma lost again. Texas lost. There's a lot of teams losing, and the Big 12 is starting to fall apart. We'll talk about that in this episode. Last week, I went 6-3, making my total prediction for this year 28 games right and 8 games wrong. I need one of those undefeated weeks once again to make my predictions even higher in the win column. Let's start picking some games.
Our first game is Florida versus Texas A&M.
We got Florida and we got Texas A&M. Texas A&M got destroyed last week against Alabama. I really thought it was going to be a closer game, but it wasn't. Texas A&M looks to bounce back this week against Florida, but Florida's quarterback, he is putting up some record numbers there at Florida. I know, not yet, but he's going that way right now. This guy can definitely play. They got receivers. Florida looks legit. I'm ready to see what happens this week. The Gators get the win.
Now we have Virginia Tech versus North Carolina.
An undefeated matchup we got here. They're both 2-0. We got Virginia Tech and North Carolina. North Carolina had a close game against Boston College last week. And Virginia Tech, they've been playing some great football in Virginia. Hopefully, they can win this game over North Carolina. But North Carolina, hopefully they can win this game against Virginia Tech. They both want to stay undefeated, but only one team can win, and North Carolina gets the win over Virginia Tech.
Then we have Tennessee versus Georgia.
I got Tennessee. I got Georgia. 2 undefeated teams still there. Both are 2-0. Tennessee, I believe, is on an 8-game winning streak carried over from last year. And then we got Georgia, who took care of business at home and said, this is our house, and just totally wrecked Auburn last week. These Bulldogs, they're hungry. They are ready to play this week. They play Tennessee. Tennessee wants to keep their winning streak alive, but I think it ends here. The Georgia Bulldogs get the win over Tennessee. Now it's time for my quick picks of the week. I'm going to make 3 quick picks. So our first game, we got Texas Tech versus Iowa State. Iowa State gets the win over Texas Tech. Then we got Missouri versus LSU. LSU gets the win over Missouri. And then our last game, we got Arkansas versus Auburn. Auburn gets the win over Arkansas. That's my quick picks of the week.
It's time for the showdown of the Texas Longhorns versus Oklahoma Sooners.
Not my game of the week, but we got the Red River rivalry. We got Oklahoma versus number 22, Texas. Oklahoma's lost 2 straight games. That hasn't happened in a long time. And Texas lost last week to TCU, fumbling the ball at the 1-yard line. For Oklahoma fans and Texas fans, this has been a heartbreaking season so far. This game, we thought, or at least I thought, it'd be a top 10 matchup. Both teams undefeated, but that's not how it is. Oklahoma State is the only undefeated team in the Big 12. So, this week, this game matters. It's do or die. The season's over if you lose this game. Oklahoma, they don't want to lose 3 straight games. Texas, they don't want to lose back-to-back games. They still have a chance for the playoffs, but if they lose, they're out. So this game right here matters big for both teams. And oh yes, it's a rivalry, and they want that golden cowboy hat. So who wins the game? Well, I'm not going to make a pick. It's going to be a fun game though, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to come down to the end.
Now it's time for Hick the Stick's game of the week, and it is Miami versus Clemson.
Well, our game of the week, we got number 7 Miami versus number 1 Clemson. Clemson, are they still the best team in the ACC? Is Miami really back? Do we have 2 Heisman candidate quarterbacks in this game? Well, we'll get those questions answered in this matchup. And it's going to be an interesting one. With a great Clemson offense against a great Miami defense. It's going to be fun to watch these two battle it out. I really believe that it could come down to a turnover that helps the team win this game. But Clemson is still the best team in the ACC. Miami, I don't know if you're back just yet, but prove me wrong if you are. Clemson gets the win over Miami. Well, that's all I got here on Game Day with Hick the Stick. But first, I've got a deal for you guys. If you know me personally, you know how I like my hair. I like a lot of hair. I like to be able to push it up. I don't like short hair. Well, if I get 250 subscribers before Selection Sunday of the college football playoffs, I will buzz cut my hair, everything, down to a number 1. 250 subscribers before Selection Sunday, I will buzz cut my hair down to a number 1. If you ask my family, when I get a number 3, I already look almost bald. So we'll see what it looks like with the number 1 if I get 250 subscribers. Well, that's all I got. Have a great college football Saturday.